What's going on, guys? PG here, and we're gonna go ahead and kick off the Red Hunt Part 4. As you can see, we are in a new area, the next area that you go to in the game, considering that you're going in order and not doing some kind of crazy speedrun bullshit. Alright, this seems to be another area where you can get reliable invasions, but we're not 100% concerned with reliability as much as we are concerned with solid kind of invasions. When I say solid invasions, of course, I mean people that don't run away to bosses or have like two fucking friends with them and shit like that. Alright, so we're into part 4 and we have not died yet. We've had some people run away from us, which is expected. But so far so good, you know, we really haven't had too much to worry about. So this guy looks like he was just fucking waiting for me. Fuck it. Let's go ahead and fight. Oh, look at that. Yeah, he was definitely just waiting to get invaded, I think. He has a PvP style build, and it pretty much just looks like he's chilling here waiting to pick off invaders. Wow. Just the simplicity of that strafe. Holy shit, this man has endless stamina. Okay, so we've run up into our first issue in the entirety of our going on 4 parts of invading. This dude has enough stamina to do 5 solid fucking hits. 5 or 6 swings, I should say. And it definitely looks like that fucked us up really well. So guys, we need to avoid all of that crazy bullshit. We haven't even landed a hit. So for everyone that's like, oh wow, you're obviously gonna lose this, fuck you. I would say if it's possible for me to beat somebody without getting hit, it's possible for me to beat somebody with only 1 hit left. If I had more time and knew where my rings were, I could switch out to red tier stone. But we just don't. We don't know where that shit is. It's not worth trying to ring swap over. Look at that. Now we're almost even on health. Alright, so all you naysayers can go fuck off. Look at this. We're doing alright. This dude is just getting desperate to kill us, though. We're going to have to use that desperation against him. He's really getting sloppy with the throwing knives. He keeps switching his weapons. He has no certainty in his movesets anymore. This is kind of leaning towards our favor at this point. As you can see, he's just getting really desperate. I will say good job on his part for wasting a shitload of bonfire aesthetics to get that hide night set. Well, guys, that first duel was one fuck of a duel. I hope we can have more fights like that. That shit was actually really cool. It was a really strong, solid match. At the same time, I also feel like the unpredictability of his stamina bar is kind of what got us. So, let's move on to the next world. We got all our shit set up. Yeah, all our shit's good. That was a really good match. I'm loving it. The first invasion of this area, and it was really fucking solid. I'm hoping we can get more areas like this. Although I don't want to invade people that are, I would say, camping almost. Just kind of waiting, chilling, waiting to get invaded. It's a lot more fun when you invade someone that's actually going through a level, because that sets off kind of a panic in their mindset. And it also kind of makes things more interesting as you see them change between more of a PvE setup to a PvP setup. And of course, you kind of get to get a little insight into how much skill someone really has. Oh god. Okay, the rematch. Here we fucking go. Wow, twice in a row. This guy really is just chilling here, waiting to pick off invaders. Alright, so we're going to have to dominate in this match. That way nobody can say, hey, he totally could have beat you. So, here we go. Our total mindset for this match is that if we can beat him once, we can beat him twice. He doesn't know that we have pyromancy, so we're hopefully going to use that to our advantage. We got to get the fuck away from that R1 spam. That shit is brutal. I would say because he has so much stamina. Yeah, look at that. Because he has so much stamina, he is going to swing more than necessary, and he's going to swing more often than he should. So if we manage our stamina and we always evade or stay out of the way of the range of his attacks, we should be good. It doesn't look like he changed up his build at all. So we have the advantage. He doesn't know what we're going to use. So that being said, so far so good. We can trade with this dude. Obviously, we can trade with him. Now that our buff is worn off, though, I don't know if we should trade with him or not. It's kind of debatable. He doesn't have 100% shield, which is weird to me. Oh, that whip, though. Those whips have really cool range. I would use whips if they weren't such, like, kind of broken weapons almost. To an extent where if you put any kind of effect on them, like poison or bleed, you can pretty much drain an opponent in 2 hits. So we got our little bandit's knife out. There it is. And that was to lure him into the pyromancy. Alright guys, so let me know what you think on that. That was 2 matches with that guy named Thor. Of course, the first one, he definitely caught us off guard and fucked us up a little bit. But that second round, we definitely dominated him. So let me guys know what you think. Do you think, you know, we honestly beat him? Or do you think it was one of those things where me and him should have a couple more matches? I don't know if I even messaged that guy or not. I think I did. I think I messaged him and asked him what his stats were, stamina-wise. I like to ask people who have extreme stats in one or more directions, like... if you can one-shot somebody, you should ask them, hey, what's your health at? If someone can swing 50 times like that dude could, it's really nice to ask them, hey, you know, what the fuck is your stamina at? That way you can kind of gauge things later on in the game when you actually do run into a hacker. Alright, so I think our invasion just kind of kicked us out there. So, rest at the bonfire, revamp the area, and we're going to go ahead and try... Oh! Our little fucking cracked red eye orbs just went out. So we have been invaded. So the hunter build. Oh, by the way, guys, personal tip here. If you are in this area, regardless of what level you are, these big ass giants give you a shitload of souls early on in game. It's like 400 or 500 a giant. And overall, you should get anywhere between 45 to 75,000 souls if you clear out this whole area. As you guys can see, there's no enemies in this area. And those 50,000 souls can go towards really important things like buying some healing items, rings, armor, buying spells, or just leveling your character up with 50,000 free souls. So this guy's using a lance build. Lance builds are really shitty, but they also knock you around a lot. Look at him. Oh, you don't know how to do that jump. So we created some space. We're going to lure him into a nicer area that is more rapier friendly, poke friendly, whatever you want to call it. We really just don't want to fight a lance build in a very small area. Alright, so he's using a coupling technique where he goes in with a heavy attack with the lance and counterattacks to draw you in with his sword. So we just kind of need to discourage that. He's in really good armor, so our weapon is not doing what it could damage-wise. It does look like he's stopped spamming the combo attack with his lance and sword. We got the little bandit knife out there. Tried to lure him in for a pyromancy, didn't work. And now he wants to show off his pyromancies. What the hell is the distance on that spell? Cause that pyromancy, I should say. Because as you guys could see, I clearly dodged it entirely and was actually out of the way of the pyromancy entirely when it clipped me for like a baby amount of damage. Alright, so he's getting sloppy. He just launched a huge strong attack. And now that we got him on the run, that's the perfect time to kind of give him some pokes. There you go. Now he's worried. Alright, and that'll end it. Alright, so we had a little red invader come in here. Tira Terror. Not a bad build. Definitely well played and thought out. The execution, however, got a little sloppy in the end when he started getting a little nervous about his health. That's to be expected with anybody that's more new to the Dark Souls series. Everybody gets a little nervous when their health gets low. That being said, however, that was a really good fight. It took a little bit longer than I wanted it to. As you guys can probably already tell, this video is about 22 minutes long. The reason for that you will see later on in the video. It's just one of those things where I'd rather waste a little bit of my time than lose to somebody that I can beat. So we do a little bit of grinding here later. Anyway, guys, here we go into the next world. I'm really trying to remember. I know that in this exact part of the invasion series, we come across somebody that is very underskilled and yet somehow has the invisible weapon rings. Like, I think he has both of them. And possibly one of the more annoying things I've had to deal with. I've noticed that a lot of people have those fucking invisibility rings, which doesn't make a lot of sense to me, seeing how most of them are really poor players and have extremely low gamer scores because they didn't actually earn it. So that's just one of those things. Now he's using the Pilgrim's Spittoon, which I know a lot of you guys haven't seen. I think it's from the DLC. I really don't remember. But it is a attack style wand. So that being said, you can hit people in the face with it, or you can try to use some spells. So this guy wants to heal. He no longer wants any part in fighting, as to be expected from any mage type character. They're weak, they're brittle, you know, if they get fucking hit, that damage is real. So alright, he's dead. That was that. Alex, you should probably focus more on fighting and less on healing, especially when someone's running at you with a buffed weapon. That being said, not a horrible match. It was actually kind of fun. I'm actually thinking for this invasion series that I should start changing up my weapons and change up my look here and there. I don't know, maybe do a couple dedication style videos. You know, just really enjoy what I can and can't do with this build. Especially since every time I get a couple souls here, maybe you guys have noticed, my soul count goes down between videos sometimes. And that's really just because once I get a couple souls, like maybe just under 100,000, I like to go and buy a shitload of Titanite. And of course, once I get 99 of all categories, large or shard, large, and chunk, I'll show you guys, and you can kind of get a general idea. Keeping in mind that I had maybe 5 or 6 of each before starting this little encounter. So if you guys keep that in mind, you can kind of grasp a general idea of how many fucking souls I wasted. Oh, here we go. Here's a little fucker with invisible weapon. Alright, so we're dealing with invisible weapon, which is always bad because they like to use the banana sword. God, the lag. That lag hit on that first strike was kind of bad. But we are doing decent damage. See, this is what I worry about. See how he pulled out that, what I'm assuming is obviously the fucking banana sword. Or the little banana monastery scimitar. And there you go. I'm assuming that was either the washing pole. Actually, yeah, it was the washing pole. I'm not too concerned about it. I'm pretty sure that was the washing pole. As you guys could see, that guy was not very skilled. The invisibility really threw me off in regards towards getting parried by the unknown. And of course, trying to figure out what weapon it was. This is a distinct advantage given to good players that made it through the game without using a bonfire or without dying. As you notice, he had both rings because he had his shield hand and his weapon hand invisible. So, keeping that in mind, obviously that guy didn't fucking earn it. He was not a good player. He didn't dodge. Really, all he did was trade hits with me and stun me more because he had more poise than me. So that's the first loss of the series, guys, to a dual invisible ring user. Honestly disappointed. I would have much rather lost to that Thor guy, who was an actual real player and somebody actually worth fighting. So we got a red come into the world. Oh shit. Well, he buffs right up, so we're gonna buff right up too. And hopefully this will be a quick match and we can go find our host. And there's the host. I don't think he realizes that we have pretty decent magic defense. Those two just attacked each other like idiots. Yeah, look at that. That host is missing some health after he got hit with that attack. Alright, well, we have a 2-on-1 scenario where obviously this host is waiting for his friend, the red, and he would summon his friend in, and him and his friend gank people on the premise of either probably false fight club, I'm assuming. A lot of people have been doing that lately where the host pretends he's part of a fake fight club and he has like a red in the room. And once you start focusing on the red, the host will sneak up with like a dagger or something stupid like that and kill you. I've noticed that a lot. I've been doing a little revamping on some of my characters, and I've noticed that shit happening a lot. So, as you can see, these guys are cowards. They don't want to fight one-on-one. The minute he sees that his friend is there, however, he wants to come back and fight. Which is fine with us. We're not worried about it. We know how to dodge. We know how to get out of the way of these idiots. Honestly, this dude is trying really fucking hard. He's using a spear-style weapon, which gives him all the fucking range in the world. And he's pulled out a goddamn great bow to try to knock me down and cause massive damage. So he's shooting more arrows. Luckily for us, he has the aim of a fucking blind man. Dodging some shit from the host there. Let's just kind of scare him. Get away from me. Now we'll actually pull the... I could have sworn I used my pyromancy more in this fight right here. Maybe I will later. So anyway, there's our host being an idiot. And there's the summon desperately trying to hit us with arrows. Alright, so obviously at this point in the match, things are looking a little shittier than they should. They are just launching endless amounts of fucking projectiles. This really just kind of shows the desperation level of some people in this game, I think. Because, I mean, think about it, guys. This is already a 2-on-1. The benefit of this 2-on-1 is that very early on, these two realized that if they were to fight me with weapons, they run a huge risk of hurting each other. So that being said, they now realize that they can't fight me and that they have to continually kind of jump in and out with a guerrilla warfare style kind of tactic where they attack and run. So that being said, our character is relatively safe when it comes to taking massive amount of damage because these guys aren't going to be the ones that deal that massive damage. Neither of these guys has a very aggressive playstyle. They're pretty much just being really shitty at ganking. So the host is just kind of being an idiot. There's our friendly red there. Friendly neighborhood red. And he's going to go ahead and get fucked up here for being an idiot. So that was kind of glitchy. And I think it was caused by the host because he's throwing shit at me during the animation. So here we go. Give that guy a couple pokes. Let him know that we love him. And that host definitely had a chance to do some real damage to me there, and he fucked it up. I keep forgetting that this this tiny little Parma magic shield is not very good when it comes to blocking. Alright, so we got the host who is immediately backing down. Keep in mind, I am less than half health. And guys, just keep in mind, this is what you're dealing with when you invade people in Dark Souls 2. This is your average host. He was in a 2v1 situation, and the minute it goes to one-on-one, that's what he wants to do. I'm pretty sure that's the definition of being a coward. Eclipsed, you are shitty. Not only at this game, but at life. Alright guys, so that is going to tie up this area. We've had some really good matches. We suffered our first loss. And we handled a really shitty gank squad. So guys, let me know what you liked. Let me know what you didn't like. As always, in the next video, we will be moving on to a different area. Stay tuned for more. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.